Hello, and welcome to the Interchange Book 3, Unit 4 video. And today we're going to be talking about the past continuous. But first, let's take a look at a situation that we are all familiar with. At the mall. Okay, so we've all been to a mall, and we all know what it's like. And let's look at the different people in this mall and what they're doing. So, for example, this man in the white shirt here, what is he doing? And let's look at the man in the blue shirt. For example, what is he doing? Or maybe the gentleman in the bottom left here, what are they doing? Okay? So what are all these people doing? Okay, so here are the answers. The man in the white, he is texting. The man in the blue shirt, he is reading. And the gentleman in the bottom left-hand corner, they are talking. Okay? Now, we are going to watch a video. And in the video, something unexpected is going to happen to one of these people. Okay? So I'm asking you, what is going to happen next? What do you think is going to happen to one of these people? So, after watching that video, what happened? What happened? Well, he wasn't paying attention and he fell. And what was he doing when he fell? He was texting when he fell. So this is the grammar that we're going to look at today. Okay, so the grammar we're studying today is called the past continuous. So it's actions that were continuous in the past. So in the past continuous, I use the past tense form of be, was, or were, and the gerund. Now, that makes the past continuous. So remember, when I use was, I use my subjects I, he, she, and it. So those are my singular subjects. So I use was for my singular subjects. And I use you, we, they, and were for my plural subjects. So remember, I use were for my plural subjects. And I use the gerund. Remember, the gerund is the ing. Now, I usually use the past continuous to describe the first action that happened in a sequence of two actions in the past. So my past continuous is the first action that happened, and then I use the simple past to represent the second action that happened, or maybe the interruption of the past continuous. So if we remember our situation, right? Do you remember what he was doing when he fell? We said that he was texting when he fell. So again, I'm using was and my gerund texting, right? Now I could use another form and maybe say a negative sentence, and I could say he wasn't paying attention when he fell, right? And notice this is my first action. It's the past continuous. So this was happening when he fell. And he fell is the second action that happened. Good. Let's look at the other people and what they were doing when he fell. Do you remember this man in the blue shirt? Do you remember what he was doing when he fell? Well, he was reading when he fell. Right? Again, I'm using was and the gerund reading, right? To describe what was continuous action when this happened, right? Let's look at the other people. These two gentlemen, these two men over here. Do you remember what they were doing? They were talking when he fell. So notice I'm using were because I'm using my subject they. And for you, we, and they, I always use were for the past continuous and the gerund, talking, right? Okay, so remember, in the past continuous, right, It's when two actions happen. Usually I'm using my past continuous to describe the first action that was happening, and the simple past is the second action that happened. Okay, so let's look at our conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that connect two different clauses or two different sentences. So here I have my first action, right? He was texting, and my second action is he fell. But I need to connect these with a conjunction somehow. So I can use when, and I can say when he was texting, he fell. Okay? But I can use when also for the second action. I can say he was texting when he fell. So remember, when I use when, I can use it in both places. I can use it with my first action, past continuous, when he was texting he fell, or I can use it with my second action, the simple past, and I can say he was texting when he fell. Okay? Good. Now, the other ones, as and while, are special because they can only be used with the past continuous. So I cannot put it here with the second action. No, I need to put it with the first action. Yes. So I can say, as he was texting, he fell. Or I can use while, and I can say, while he was texting, he fell. Very good. So remember, as and while always go with the past continuous, right? When is flexible, I can use it for both. But let's look at something else. Now, if I want to talk about my first action, second, I want to put it at the last part of my sentence, I can use this. It still means that this was the first thing that happened. I can talk about this action first, but this still means this is the first action that happened. But I have to be careful with my conjunctions. So again, I can use as, and it has to go with my past continuous. I can use while, and that has to go with the past continuous. Or I can use when for the past continuous. And I can say he fell as he was texting, or he fell while he was texting, or he fell when he was texting. And all of those are okay. But remember, if I decide that I'm going to use when, I can only put the when at the beginning of the second action. I can say when he fell, he was texting. Remember, while and as, I cannot do with the second action. They have to go with the past continuous. Very good. Okay, guys, so I hope this was helpful in learning how we use the past continuous. Remember, the past continuous is the first action that happened, and then the second action happens after it. Very good. Alright guys, thanks for listening. Good luck. Talk to you next time.